Hey, hi, hello, everyone. Anthony Fantano here, internet's busiest music nerd. I hope you are doing well, and it's time for yet another weekly track roundup. My thoughts, my opinions on some of the worst and best tracks of the week. Stuff that falls in the middle as well. Regardless, it's all linked down below, along with our Turntable Lab link. We get kickback from that. Our Patreon page, you can get some awesome extra bonus monthly content over there for a very cheap tier. And also our newsletter. Don't miss a single thing we do every week. We drop this newsletter that just rounds up all the content, all the major stuff that's occurred through the week. Check it out there. All right, worst tracks of the week. They are as follows. This new Bourne cut for you. I was hoping that this was going to be more interesting than The Life of Pierre, the material off of the Life of Pierre project that dropped a little while ago. And while I think the beat on here is okay, vocals left a lot to be desired. It just really got tiresome, like first minute in my opinion. Real snoozer. Then we have a new one from Iggy Azalea featuring Tyga on the cut. Legitimately one of her worst songs ever. And I like to be as Iggy Azalea neutral as possible in as many cases as I can be, but I just cannot stand by this track. The hook is obnoxious. The sipping it imagery is actually like kind of gross. It's trying to be really raunchy and sexy, but it's so far off from it. And the Tyga feature is trash, in my opinion, just not it at all. And then we have this Zach Hill remix of Danny Elfman's Kick Me, which in my opinion is nowhere near even listenable. This is just a mess. But it is what it is, I guess. All right, let's move on to the tracks that I thought were meh this week. Not really blowing me away, but certainly worth a shout. You guys might like some of these more than me, starting with this new one from Wavves, Sinking Feeling. While I'm not really blown away by this song in general, I do think that it has some admirable qualities to it, and it's kind of surprising to hear Nathan go into a bit of a 60s psych pop direction, I suppose, and pull it off quite decently. We've also got a new one from Sons of Kemet, which I was really looking forward to the first taste of this new album. The song is titled Hustle with Koji Radical. And look, maybe it'll grow on me a little bit. We'll see. But I just felt like the groove and the direction of one just was not all that strong. I kind of felt like it meandered much of the time. Still, I do think the vibe that Sons of Kemet bring to the table is wholly unique and deeply intriguing. But I guess we'll see if this one unfolds for me a little bit more as we get closer to the new record. We also have a new one from Snoop Dogg, which is Roaches in My Ashtray. That's the title of it. It's very so G-Funk. You know, he's really kind of going back to his roots on this one, and that's cool, and that's fine. I think that's totally great. A lot of the fans are probably going to love it, but does it like measure up with the classic stuff that he's done over the years? Not really. All right, we also have a new one from Odd Couple over here with Jamila Woods on the track Reflections. It's a beautiful, summery little ballad. I feel like as it warms up, we're probably going to get more tracks like this. The production is a little bland, but I still think the tune is solid. And again, it's got that bright, I got to get outside kind of vibe to it. We also have a new one from Lil Texas teaming up with Dr. Phunk and Jebroer. I'm sorry, I'm really messing up on the name pronunciation there, but Robbery is the title. And man, the vibe of this track is kind of insane, hearing these three cross over in the way that they have. And I mean, it does, I guess, create an interesting piece of electronic dance music, aesthetically anyway, but it sort of seems like it's constantly building and never really gets to a point where it's all that cathartic for all that long. It's like edging for several minutes, I guess, musically speaking. We have a new one from Echo 2K, a new EP out entirely, actually. But this track that I'm going to point you guys to, In the Flesh, is a bit of a pop punk tune. Surprising to hear Echo 2K go into this direction stylistically. I think the mixing could use some work, but overall it's not a bad song in this direction, IMO. We also have a new one from 42 Dugg and Roddy Ricch, For the Gang. This one's kind of got a summer jam quality to it as well. Are 42 Dugg's vocals kind of a mess? Do they leave a lot to be desired? Yes. But is the beat pretty decent? And does Roddy Ricch kill his feature? Yes. So, I mean, take from it what you will, I suppose. All right, best tracks of the week, the ones that wowed me, left an impression. Let's go through them, starting with this band that I'm just now finding out about this week, Working Men's Club X. This one's a weird combination of post-punk and 90s alternative rock and some elements of noise in there as well. It's kind of a wild cut. Looking forward to hearing more from this band. This was a good introduction, in my opinion. These guys have some personality. I'll say that. We also have a new one from Tommy Cash with Diplo on the track. Uicideboy is on the track. Zuccenberg is the title. It's one of the best bangers I think we're all going to hear this year. If you're not into it, maybe it's because the song is just like too zany, too weird, too tongue-in-cheek. And if that's the case, that's fine. But like Tommy Cash has got something cool going on, in my opinion. We also have one from the Voidz. Now, this is a remix of a single they dropped a while ago, the Eternal Tao, and didn't know we were going to get a revisit to this, no less on April Fool's Day. This single dropped on April Fool's Day, mind you. So this could be a joke. This could be a meme. This song could not be all that serious, possibly, but I guess I could see that potentially because it's a very zany revision of the song. The vocals are nuts. The beats are hilarious. It's very colorful and funny, but regardless, if it is a joke, it is a very good joke. It's a very legitimately enjoyable joke. I think this is about the most legitimately enjoyable potential meme I've heard in a while. You know, it really does kind of blur the line between, is this a legitimately cool piece of experimental electronic remix art, or is this just someone shit posting? You know, who knows? Who knows at this point? Blur those lines. Keep doing it. We also have another one from Annie Clark, St. Vincent, another taste of the new record Daddy's Home. And we continue to get this view of this 70s glammy throwback type of songwriting and instrumental aesthetics. The title of the track is The Melting Sun. It's a bit more of a slow burner than the last cut, and the mix is not nearly as claustrophobic or as overwhelming, which is fine. I liked how experimental the last track sounded. This one's a lot easier on the ears, so at least it's not going to be pummeling you around every corner. Generally like the tune. I think Annie is doing quite a bit with this sound and this vibe, and frankly, I cannot wait to hear how it plays out on the new LP. We also have a live version of the New Silk Sonic single, which is pretty cool. You know, it's the same track, you know, that we've heard, Leave the Door Open, but just kind of a live version. Sounds cool, sounds pretty, sounds fun, sounds slick. Can't wait for the new record. We also have a taste with Quelle Chris, Alchemist on production, of this new compilation out via Mellow Music Group. It's linked down below. Give it a try, give it a look, give it a listen. It's got a lot of great artists, a lot of cool producers on there, and Mellow Music Group, as far as underground hip-hop goes, is one of the most respectable labels out there. Wealth of talent, wealth of awesome albums, great catalog built up over the years. I don't always review, records from them as often as maybe I should, but look, if you're a hip-hop fan, you should know what the hell Mellow Music Group is, and hopefully, if they're new to you, this compilation is a good introduction. Give it a try. Give it a listen. All right, we also have Pond, a band that I've never really been a huge fan of, I guess. You know, they've always felt like a very okay psych outfit to me, to my ears. But this new track over here is a wild new direction for them. It sounds like it's straight out of Manchester in the 80s. It's a great danceable, lengthy piece of post-punk with exciting vocals and great beats, great grooves, and just loving the vibe, loving the energy. It's so well put together, damn. We also have a new one from Olivia Rodrigo. Yes, she has now followed up this driver's license track She is showing herself to be one of the most promising young songwriters out there at the moment. Deja Vu is this new one. And I mean, while it may not hit as hard as Driver's License will commercially, most likely, I still think this song is quite good. I'm getting a lot of Billy influence, some Lord influence, but it's also got a lo-fi indie appeal to it too. I like the lyrical themes of, hey, you used to be with me, now you're with this other person, and you're redoing all the stuff with them that you used to do with me, and you're gonna get deja vu. I think that's a cool little songwriting mechanism that she's got going on there. I think the instrumental's pretty dynamic. Maybe she doesn't kill it as hard vocally as she did on Driver's License, but I will say as far as writing and instrumental aesthetics go, it's a more interesting track, and looking forward to hearing more from this new record she has dropping this spring. We also have Freddie Gibbs back with a new one, dropping single after single. He just doesn't seem to miss. This new one over here has a flow and a transition into the chorus that kind of reminds me of another track of his that I like quite a bit, Thuggin'. But regardless, it is still a very good cut, tight beat, very tight flows, fast, but also the way Freddie delivers, it just sounds so effortless. It sounds like he's barely even trying. It sounds like rapping at this speed and with this level of wordplay is just easy mode for him, and that he doesn't, really need to, he could just do this laying down and it would just like come out sounding this great. The title of the track is Big Boss Rabbit, and again, highly recommend it, and I think it's pretty great. We also have the band Chai. They're back. Wink, new record on the way. They've really been like delivering a lot of teasers that are illustrating a drift away from a lot of the rock sounds that they kind of came up out of the underground with, and they're embracing more elements of pop and electronic music and R&B. This track over here, Nobody Knows We Are Fun, is easily the most danceable of all the teasers so far, and it's pretty colorful, pretty fun. I like the group vocals worked in every once in a while on it too. Brockhampton, another single from the forthcoming album, Count on Me. And this is a pretty feature-dense one. It seems like A$AP Rocky is in the mix on this track too. Matt Champion is also there. His vocals are maybe a little too quiet for my liking, but I do like the very laid-back tune. I like the smooth trap-influenced beat. I hear Shawn Mendes is on the chorus as well, and the chorus is fantastic. It's just like a really bright, warm, kind of tug at your heartstrings kind of chorus. And I like just kind of the dynamic going on between this track, the last cut with Danny Brown, which was a banger, and just like in how emotionally those tracks are going different directions, Brockhampton nail it both times, and they're really effectively and creatively like working in other feature artists pretty well, bringing in people that I think complement these tracks quite a bit, or at least like create an interesting dynamic with each other and the band. So again, like this track, looking forward to this new record. Hell yeah. Hot, new one from Bree Runway. It's a banger. It's hopefully a summer smash, and just a good all-around short, hard-hitting, in-your-face single. It's got a bit of an old school, of course, 2000s era, like Sean Paul, a bit of a Rihanna vibe as well, but in a good way. I wouldn't say it's a super derivative track or anything like that. It's just got a good groove, great vocals, great energy, very flirtatious, very in-your-face lyrics, just liking it all around, and just a banger of a single, in my opinion. And that's going to be it for the weekly track roundup. Hopefully you guys got some good recommendations out of this one. Remember, all the tracks that I talked about are linked down below, so you can check them out for yourself. Over here, nowhere next to my head is anything. I'll just see you guys in the next video. I mean, there's probably a subscribe link around, huh? Hit that up and sub. You're the best. Love you. Bye.